All right, this is Josh with the Tribe of Judah, and for our 21-day fast coverage, we're going to do some interviews from some of the Tribe of Judah members, and this is my friend Seth Waters, and he's going to answer the question I'm going to have a lot of people answering, is just what is fasting to you, and what does this fast mean to you, Seth?
In the last, I think this is day 5, in the last 5 days.
Yes, it is, Seth.
I've been preparing for a youth retreat that I've been asked to teach at this weekend, and the pinpointed discussion topic is going to be discipleship, and in contrast to the term believer. And one of the things that we're covering and that I've really been challenged with lately is the challenge of understanding God, being saved, having a relationship with Him, but truly being a disciple. And as I go over Christ's life and as I go over the life of His disciples, it's challenging because it's not just something that we can take on as a name tag or a job description. It's our life, and it's what we've chosen to be and how we've chosen to live. And it's been interesting as I've had to pray that the Lord would give me terms to break it down, and with high school kids and stuff, when I know that there's adults that like myself and others that sometimes we can barely understand the concept. But as I look at fasting specifically, I can see Christ fasting, I can see the disciples fasting, and as a disciple of Christ, I'm putting myself in a position where I'm vulnerable, and I'm putting myself in a place where I'm setting things aside. I'm not, just being taken by the regular commodities of life and the things that, because fasting obviously isn't just from food, so there's different things that we've chosen, movies, different recreational activities that we've got.
Video games.
Video games. And, but one of the things that I'm really understanding is that as a disciple of Christ, how are we positioning ourselves? How are we putting ourselves in a place where we're challenging one another and ourselves, and in a place where we can grow? As far as the difficulties at this point, other fasts for me have been really difficult. This isn't necessarily easy, but it's kind of been a season, a time just of like reverence and just kind of being solemn and at a place where I'm trying to just be in a position to receive everything that I can out of the Word and from the Lord. And I think that as it pertains to this weekend with this youth retreat that is being taught through the rest of the 21 days that 16 now left. Putting ourselves in a place where we can really understand what it is to be a disciple of Christ. And I've been hearing a lot of things. The Lord's been revealing things to me, and I'm very thankful for this period of time. I can honestly say that this fast versus other times that I've done fasting has been a lot more personal. It's been a lot more intimate, and I think that I'm finally starting to understand what it is and how it pertains to my relationship with the Lord. So that's been pretty cool.
Would you say that once that you start a fast, Seth, after you've done maybe a couple of them, depending, it doesn't matter, 3 days, 5 days, a week, or the 3-week ones, do you feel like you learn more about how to give things up to the Lord?
For me, it's been how it's taken place. I definitely feel like this fast has been a personal thing between me and the Lord. The thing that I think that unfortunately can happen when you do like group fasts, and there's different congregational fasts that happen, is some people can be brought along through those things, and they're simply doing it because the guy next to them was doing it.
Doing it for the wrong reason, kind of.
And I don't think that that's necessarily the wrong reason. Because if I do it because somebody else is doing it, that's not necessarily wrong. I'm uniting with them. It's a brother or a sister or a family member that I'm going through with. But unless it's if it's not between me and God, and it's not a personal thing that way. And I think I started to understand that during this fast. Other fasts I've done, and I've have been congregational, or we did when I was at Bible college. They did a mandatory. The kitchen was shut down for a day and all that stuff. And I think some of the students really understand it. I was young. I didn't. I was just kind of like, well, Del Taco's across the street. I don't understand this. So I think that it's a heart thing, and I don't even in people that teach about fasting. I don't really feel like there's a lot of times when that can happen until it's between you and the Lord.
Yeah.
And when that happens, when it's you're setting things down, because in other times in fast, it's been super hard for me because I want to eat. I'm so hungry. And then, but like this one, I mean, I'm cleaning my kitchen today and I see a stack of cookies or some chocolate over on the counter or something like that. And like the thought, instantly, your natural instinct is to be like, oh, food. And this has been like, between me and the Lord, it's been, no, like, that's not what this is. That's not what my time is about right now. Like, this is, no, I'm not going to do that. This is, I'm setting something aside for the Lord right now. Almost like the, sanctification in a way, there's a process there of being set aside. And so, I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, man. Amen. And I just, again, this has been Seth Waters, some thoughts on fasting, and we're just going to keep people up to date on the blog about this. And thanks, Seth, for just being willing to be open and answer some questions.
Yeah.